All right, guys, welcome back to Dimitri's desk where we cover price action and what's going on in crypto markets. As always, we're going to start out with IOST USD. As you can see, since our last episode, we did bump higher at the top of our range right now. The range that we're talking about, which is a penny and 1.4. We're still bouncing between the two levels. We're at the top, as a matter of fact. I did bring in new indicator on this chart to help you visualize the volume action that I have been talking about that has been happening. So this indicator right here, OBV, on balance volume, helps you visualize what is going on. What it exactly does is basically calculates the volume on down days when we have these red candles, and then the volume on up days when we have green candles, and essentially it combines it and makes it a line chart. As you can see, the volume that I was talking about in terms of buying volume has been picking up. You can actually see it with OBV. So it has been trending up. Generally speaking, this indicator is used to identify trends, breakouts out of ranges, and so on. So when you see something where the volume is picking up in terms of buying and the price is still within a range, it is a possibility that we might break out. And vice versa, if we see the buying volume slowing down, but we're still kind of, trending up, that means that, the bulls are slowing down and we might actually move lower. ADX popped above 20. This is our range indicator. Nothing too significant. We've been above 20 before. If it, rises, closer to 40 and higher, that's when it actually will signal something useful. But other than that, we are, in fact, at the top of the range. We'll see how that's going to develop. We'll see if we do get a breakout. There's obviously some fundamental news in play right now in terms of IOST buyback and so on. So we'll see what's going to happen going forward, IOST USD. All right, let's jump into the beast, BTC USD. Now, here we can see that resistance that I was talking about, 10K, was actually just punched through like a rocket, and we continue to go higher. There's this important Fibonacci level here as well, which is 382. So we punched through 10K. We're sitting right now at 11.3K, almost 0.4K, and then this is that big level that everybody's talking about right now as well. We have another Fibonacci level, 0.5, which is not as significant just in general terms, but it is there. So we might see a little bit of price action there. We'll see maybe a little bit of a pullback or whatnot, but it is still pushing through. BTC is strong. ADX, is going higher. We bounced off that 20 where I was saying, if we dip below that, then it's a possibility we might actually get into some type of range. No, not for BTC. BTC doesn't do ranges. On balance volume, steady, strong. Everything's shown to be good here. Now let's jump into ETH USD, and this is actually pretty interesting because I was talking about the range that we had here that we're kind of bouncing between the two prices here, the 224 and 288, and ADX dipped below 20, but we actually broke out of that range. We'll see how significant of a breakout that is, because looking at the on balance volume, it looks like we popped a little bit, but it has been in a range for quite some time. So the OBV is showing not much of a commitment yet for ETH. I would definitely want to see that go a little bit higher for me to be convinced that it is time to probably get in for upside. So we'll see how this plays out. It looks like we did somewhat of a test on a daily for this 288 level. We'll see how ETH is going to perform. I'm going to watch that OBV very closely. ADX, obviously if we go higher, that's going to go higher as well, which is going to signify that we are in fact not in a trending market condition. All right, now let's take a look at IOST BTC. This is something that one of the viewers requested. Now, as you can see, with Bitcoin dominance, IOST has been selling off against BTC quite heavily. As you can see, the actual sell-off started about April 4th, when we peaked here at the top at 36.72 Satoshis, and then since then we've been dropping. As a matter of fact, I did outline a low here, which is 8,700 right here. This is as low as IOST ever been against BTC. So we're not there yet, but we are definitely at quite of a bottom per se. OBV is showing obviously a sell-off. ADX is showing range bound, but in this case, since we have a trending price action, I would probably disregard ADX at this moment. So for trends like this, we obviously look for higher highs and higher lows, and that's not what we're seeing right now here. It's important to kind of take a look at others as well, like EOS, BTC. We have, again, same date, April 4th. We've seen heavy sell-off against BTC. OBV has been dropping as well. So we can see that the EOS has been struggling against BTC as well. Even, looking at something like BNB, since April 4th, yeah, BNB is probably the only one that actually held up quite a bit. CZ is the man. We all know it. That, that has been kind of holding up pretty well. ETH BTC as well. We're going to look at that. Again, same date, April 4th. Since then, we've been selling off heavily. We came up a little bit around mid-May, and then we started selling off again. That kind of goes hand in hand with what I was talking about in terms of BTC dominance. BTC dominance has been rising quite a bit. If you take a look here, since the last time we talked about it, we did pick up a lot of BTC dominance. So we're sitting at 60% right now. Now, as you can see, also everything else has been dropping significantly. So we're seeing that it's somewhat of a normal occurrence when this happens, when BTC picks up dominance. Alts, essentially drop, and basically their value against BTC drops. It makes perfect sense. But what happens is once BTC dominance starts slowing down, and we see that BTC overall price action starts slowing down, we might see that rotation into alts to continue to chase that yield that traders look for. So if there's not enough volatility in BTC, they're going to start chasing that with other altcoins. And so far right now, BTC has quite a bit of volatility. I mean, we're up about 20% in 7 days. There's really no need from trading perspective to start looking for alternatives at the moment, from just based on my opinion. Until that day, we'll see Bitcoin essentially dominating this scene. But for now, this is basically the game plan. If you're trading any type of alts, be very careful when you trade against BTC, because right now it's the powerhouse. That's about it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please leave any feedback you have. If you want me to cover any specific coins, any specific pairs, please let me know in the comments. Like I did today, covered IOST BTC and a couple other pairs. I really appreciate that feedback. And as always, happy trading.